Hey y'all, hope everyone is doing well. I am back with another Astro Crossword, and this time around I'm going to be talking about Neptune and Aries. So, Neptune is in Aries right now, in inner Aries on March 30th, and it will be in Aries for approximately 14 years and it's going to leave Aries in 2039. So we have quite a ways to go for this Neptune and Aries energy to unfold. So I'm going to talk about what could occur with Neptune being in Aries. So let me start this puzzle. And then if I see any words that pertain to Aries, and in particular Neptune and Aries, I'm going to point them out. So this puzzle is called We Are the Champions Freestyle. Now, the last time Neptune was in Aries, it was between 1861 to 1874. And basically, there was a major war taking place in this country. The American Civil War began the last time Neptune entered Aries. It also brought forth the abolition of slavery in the United States. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1863, a couple of years after Neptune entered Aries. So basically, it helped to dissolve the transatlantic slave trade. And then President Lincoln was assassinated shortly after in 1865. All right, so let's see. Professional helper for short. Is it aide, assistant? Yep. Five across. Hostess treat that sounds like something Santa would enjoy. Ho ho. Ho ho ho. Nine across. Toughness. That's Aries. Grit. Uh-huh. That's so Aries. 13 across. But with Neptune and Aries, a lot of that toughness, a lot of bravado might go by the wayside. Because Aries can be weakened with Neptune. But in some cases, it can be emboldened, as I'll point out. 13 across. Pour forth. Emit. Nope. Pour forth. We'll come back to that. 14 across. At any time. A noun? No, at any time. Ever. 15 across. Misplace. Lose. Oops. Wrong letters. Misplace. Lose. Aries hates to lose. 16 across. Fuzzy green fruit. That would be kiwi. All right. Now, the Ku Klux Klan was created in 1866 in response to the freedom that blacks in America were given once they were, free from slavery. So the image of hooded white terrorists is a perfect example of how Neptune and Aries can manifest, since Neptune rules costumes and disguises, and Aries rules violence and aggression. Recovery program for short, rehab. Now, when Neptune is in Aries, the dissolution of individuality in favor of solidarity will become apparent. And that's one of the things that I fear because I value my individuality. But with Neptune in Aries, individuality might be largely phased out in lieu of the merging of people. Makes me think of the metaverse. Oops, I'm not supposed to be going down yet. 13 across. Pour forth. Oh, maybe it's no. No? It has to be ask. Pour forth. We'll come back to that. 25 across. Nonprofits websites ending. That would be org. 26 across. Actor McGregor Ewan. Now, for those that are born when Neptune is in Aries, they may lack a strong sense of self. And the dark manifestation of Neptune and Aries is brainwashing. So you can expect more of brainwashing to be taking place with Neptune and Aries. Basically, it's like having chains on your brain where your mind or your brain is enslaved. Aries rules the brain, Neptune is enslavement. And Neptune and Aries is the epitome of brainwashing. So be careful, be very discerning while Neptune is in Aries. 29 across, soccer stadium chant. Ra. No. Olay? I guess so. But what was I gonna say about that? Oh, for those that have heard of the term NPC, which stands for non-playable character, it's a term that represents people that are basically existing in like a zombie-like state where they really lack self-awareness and they really don't know what's going on and they really don't even care. You can expect to see more of that with Neptune and Aries. 36 across. Offer, offer, offer. Will come 37 across. Days of Yore. Mm-hmm. 38 across. Synthetic fabric. Rayon. Nope. Lycra. Nope. It wouldn't be polyester. It's not enough space. 41 across. Post on a ship. Helm. Nope. We'll come back to that. 39 across. Place for a warm soak. Tub. 41 across. Post on a ship. We already tried that. 43 across. Self-importance. Ego. That's very Aries. So, speaking of ego, you could see more of maybe even the dissolution of the ego, which is what constitutes people's individuality. It's really due to your ego that you're your own individual. But with Neptune being the dissolver of things, people's egos could be dissolved. Now, that could be in a good way in some cases, but it could be also in a bad way through brainwashing and through basically developing this hive mentality. Now, on the positive end, people will become more motivated to show compassion towards each other, hopefully. And hopefully, it'll be on a spontaneous level where people just jump up to help somebody in need. 51 strict. We'll come back to that. 44 across. Corn's core. Cobb. 46 across. Author and chess chase. Author and chef chase. 51 across. Opposite of NNW. That would be south southeast. 52 across. No way. We'll come back to that. 65 across. Palindromic help. SOS. There might be more SOS calls for SOS at sea with Neptune and Aries. More about that in a minute. Now, the idealization of manhood and masculinity could be challenged in the favor of the merging of the sexes. So we might see the diminishment of masculinity take place with Neptune and Aries. You've already seen it over the past couple of decades with just men's fashions becoming less masculine, men wearing more, like more men wearing nail polish, makeup and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some cosmetic companies that start putting out a line of cosmetics for men, like eyeliner and mascara and stuff, and maybe even blush, a line of nail polish for men and whatnot. But at the same time, there might be this yearning for the days where men were men in the traditional sense. So the whole superhero motif, which is represented by Neptune and Pisces, um, could be celebrated, could be cherished. You might see more films dealing with hyper masculine characters. Author Zora Neale Hurston, their eyes were watching God. 66 across. Palindromic Sports Network. Sports Network. Something. I don't know yet. I'm not into sports like that. 67 across. Lock of hair. We're talking about hair. That would be Aries. So that would be tress. Aries. Speaking of hair, Neptune and Aries could bring forth some, new hairstyles, new hair products that could be revolutionary, that could really, even help people maybe that have alopecia. There might be a medication that comes on the scene that really helps people to regain their hair that they've lost. So that's possible. 41 across. Post on a ship. 66 across. I still don't know that one. Now, with Neptune and Aries, I won't be surprised if we see some record temperatures in terms of heat. And of course, they're going to blame it on climate change. But I think it's due to all the chemtrailing that they're doing. But, expect to see record temperatures during the summer times. And with that, there could be some serious droughts that take place. And with Neptune and Aries, there could be conflicts over water. 36 across. 62 across. Person with similar experience. Person with similar experience. I don't know. 63 across. Fast fashion brand headquartered in Spain. Fast fashion brand headquartered in Spain. Is it Zara? Yeah. 66 across. Okay. We might have to go down now. 60 across. 95% sure that it will happen. Is it almost certain? Yup. Almost certainly. Okay. There could be some new drugs that enter the scene, new street drugs, but also pharmaceutical medications. There could be some medical breakthroughs that take place with Neptune and Aries, so that's a good thing. Now, the pharmaceutical industry could become more aggressive with their promotional campaigns, though. They basically dominate the airways with their commercials. It's ridiculous. 52 across. No way. We're going to have to go down. All right, two down. Barbecue seasoning mix. Barbecue seasoning mix. Spit something? I don't know. Skirt? Oops. I don't know what. Okay, 13 across. Pour forth. I still don't know. Three down. Set with needles and thread. Sewing kit. Uh-huh. Now, art might become more original, which is a good thing, but maybe that originality is coming from artificial intelligence. I hope not. But this makes me think that true artists will be fighting AI, will be maybe even taking AI creators to court or whatever. Or, we just might see some more originality in terms of art, in terms of music, in terms of filmmaking. Let's hope that's the case with Neptune and Aries. But there could also be some art that's basically dealing with the rough side of life because Aries does lack sensitivity and refinement. So there might be art depicting some of the, hardcore side of life as well. All right, let's see where we're at. Four down. Identical or fraternal sibling. I had a feeling twins was going to be up in here. 21 down. Membership payments. That would be dues. Pay your dues. I've paid my dues. 5 down. Let me explain. Here's why. Oh, here is why. No. Let me explain. Here's why. Yeah. Oops. All right. So also Neptune and Aries can put one at risk for chemical fires, fires from oil, gas, fuel in general. Also chemical burns. That's very Neptune and Aries. You might see factories and refineries on fire, and it could be attacked, and it could be an act of war. 30 across. Grandmaster who became the youngest ever world chess champion in December 2024. I should know this because I love chess, but I don't love it that much to know that. Now, 23 down. Part of a gear. Would that be rod? No. Part of a gear. Cog? Yep. And then this has to be census, 23 across. Yep. Population counting survey. So there could be cases of acid rain. They used to talk about acid rain when I was in school. You don't hear that anymore, but I wouldn't be surprised if that term comes up again, if that term experiences resurgence or revival. Also, we might see worse storms than we've ever seen. Torrential rain, horrible hurricanes that create a lot of damage. Wars at sea, ships being blown up. I already talked about, did I talk about ships on fire? And some of them might even be cruise ships. So, that's something you can't predict in terms of when it's actually going to happen. But that's just something to think about. But there could be ships on fire because of a war. There could be pirate attacks because Neptune rules the seas and ships. And when Neptune's in Aries, there could be conflict on the seas. There could be war at sea. There could be more shipwrecks, ships on fire. Did I mention the pirate attacks? I think I did. Conflicts over water. I mentioned that. Rumors of war. The last time Neptune was in Aries, the American Civil War started. So we might be looking at another civil war in this country, especially in terms of like because of who's in office right now. 20 across. Squad making an underdog March Madness run. I have no idea what they're talking about. Oh, this has to be spew. Yeah. And then this must be spice rub. Mhm. Oops, we want B. Okay. And then 36 across would be offer, bid. Okay. Chemical warfare is another possibility of Neptune and Aries because Neptune is chemicals, Aries is war. And I'm looking at Neptune and Aries as bringing us one step or maybe even several steps closer to the one world government that the evils that be have been trying to usher in for the longest. Neptune and Aries can certainly help them to facilitate that. And then, the whole new world order. Aries is one. Aries deals with singularity and things that are just one. So, one world government, new world order, yeah. Expect to see more talks about that. You might even see more activity from the United Nations. 48 down, trades, swaps. 62 across. Person with similar experience. Peer. Uh-huh. And then 55 across. Queue that people join until new spots open up. Waiting, waiting. Is it just waiting? Wait list, right? Gotta go back. List. Let me see what else I want to say about Neptune and Aries. So I talked about the medical advancements that could definitely take place. Talked about the new advancements in hair products and styles, new advancements just in cosmetology in general. New advancements in camera technology, especially in terms of facial recognition. So in a minute, you won't be able to get away with nothing. Also, there could be continued advancements in retinal scanning. You know, the retina of the eye, they already have that technology where that's how you can basically get into certain accounts and stuff. They just scan your eye. Expect to see that being more prolific. 54 down. Birds on beaches, goals. 59 down. It's got to be eyes or dyes. Artificial colors, dyes. There could be composite identities that are created, which basically meaning like this person doesn't exist at all. They're just a composite of a number of different identities. Also, there'll be more cranking out of fake identities and personas. You could say maybe AI avatars. And also, this is going to be Generation Alpha's coming of age, and they might be the first generation who are totally mentally enslaved because of the whole brainwashing that comes with Neptune and Aries. I'm just glad I was born when I was born. All right, 31 down. Teacher or professor? Educators. Now, it's going to be easier for you to become a victim of identity theft, especially with AI, all this technology taking place. And again, there'll be where people can actually assume different identities easier. So it makes me think of that the Terminator movie. If you've never seen Terminator, definitely check it out. It's a movie that I think everybody needs to watch because it says a lot about how this future could be. But in the movie Terminator, the Terminator, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was able to disguise his voice to sound like other people to trick people. So I wouldn't be surprised if that takes place with these scammers, where they become even more emboldened than what they already are, and they find a way to mimic the voice of your grandmother or your mother or your sister or your father or your cousin. Next thing you know, they're like, "Oh yeah, I need to borrow like $200." You're sending it to them, but you're sending it to a scammer instead, or they get you in some other way where they make it seem like there's somebody that they're not. I could see that taking place. 40 down, tries to knock pins down in an alley, bowls. And then 45 down, blitz chess, aka speed chess blitz. That makes me think of Aries. This has to be sprawl, 48 across. Spread out, sprawl, yeah. She was all sprawled on the bed, waiting for him. So it'll be easier to be framed for crimes you didn't commit. I'm not sure if I said that already. Sorry, my mind's kind of all over the place. But also, you might have to surrender your guns before Neptune leaves Aries. I know that sounds hard to believe in America, but the way this country has been going, whoo, I wouldn't be surprised if that takes place, or at least where there's calls for it. Also, expect the dissolution of sovereignty. Again, this kind of deals with the whole one world government and new world order, but that could be taking place as well with Neptune and Aries. 27 down. Hoopla. Hoopla. Adieu. 28 down. Social expectation. Norm. 41 across. Maybe the next Astro Crossword, I'll talk about Neptune through the houses so you can get an idea of what Neptune could do while it's in your house. 41, post ownership. Right now, Neptune is transiting my second house. So I'm looking forward to being blessed financially off of that. But it'll only be in my second house for a short period of time because the third degree of Aries is on my third house cusp. So it'll be heading into my third house next year. Synthetic fabric. I still haven't gotten that one. 53 down. Hidden Figures actress Janelle. I didn't know she was in that movie. And then 57 across. Storage option on Apple devices, iCloud. All right. Then let me see what else I want to talk about. So, Neptune deals with magic and mysticism. So, with Neptune and Aries, the magical and the mystical could become more blatant, could be more in your face. Like stickers that sparkle, glittery, right? Uh-huh. I love glittery things. 10 down, event with bull riding, rodeo. Rodeo seems very Aries to me. 19 across, unmoving, idle. 12 down, overflows, teams. I had a feeling that was going to be in here too. So there might be more cases of self-immolation, meaning like martyrdom, people lighting themselves on fire for some, to make a statement, to make a sacrifice, to be a martyr. Cryptocurrency could become the chief means of exchange. That might happen towards the end of Neptune in Aries, or maybe 5 to 7 years down the line while Neptune is in Aries. I don't think they're going to do away with cash just yet, but just get ready for that in the future. 51 down, strict, stern. 56 down, improvised singing style, scat, like Ella Fitzgerald. Would this be TNT? Gotta be. And then 61 down is Tattletale, is Rat. Secrets could be leaked with Neptune and Aries. I'm talking about easily leaked. 47 down, more sanctified, holier. Holier than thou. And then 52 across. No way. Oh my God. OMG. 46 across. Author and chef Chase. I don't know who that is. Meat eaters could be further shamed. They're trying to do away with people eating meat because I think the evils that be, they want to keep it for themselves. Games with wild draw 4 cards. That would be Uno. That's Aries because Aries is one. Uno is Spanish for one. 34 down, relax, run, jog. Oops, my bad. Some of the letters on my keyboard are missing. I mean, they're not missing, they've been rubbed off. That's how old my laptop is. Brewery offering. That would be ale, right? That's very Aries. Oh, nylon. I should have known. And then let me see what else do I want to say before I close out this Astro crossword. Okay, when it comes to like makeup, because Neptune rules makeup, just when it comes to like beat in your face, you might end up looking more rough. It might be looking even clownish at times with Neptune and Aries. Aries is the face, Neptune is clowns. I already noticed that there's this trend where some of these women are getting their lips like plumped up. I think it's some type of implant they're getting put in there so that they can have like these pucker lips. It's terrible. The Peaches State Capitol. Okay, so we're talking about Georgia, and I know Atlanta. Is Atlanta I guess Atlanta is the capital of Georgia. Don't I sound stupid right now? Oops. I'm messing up, man. Okay. Atlanta. And then 42 down. Do I need to point that out? See it? Okay. 46 across. I guess it's Lee. Yep. I don't even know who that is. And then for 32 down, brunches and lunches, meals. So that's basically all I wanted to say right now about Neptune and Aries. I might add some more as I go along. And like I said, next astral crossword, I might discuss Neptune through the houses and how it could play out in your life. 11 down, religion that follows the teachings of Muhammad, Islam. Yep, I'm almost done here. 24 across. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy birthday to all the Aries. 2023 comedy about two high school girls who start a fight club. Bottoms? Oops. I guess it's Bottoms. Never heard of that movie. 18 down. Open up like a flower. That would be Bloom. And then this is 20 across. Squad making an underdog March Madness run. Squad making an underdog something team. Cinderella team, I guess. Never heard of that. But yeah, that concludes this astral crossword about Neptune and Aries. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Let me know if you would like me to do another astral crossword where I'm discussing Neptune and Aries through the houses so you can get a better idea of how Neptune and Aries can be affecting you over the next 14 years. Thank you, everyone, especially my patrons, my Diggable Planets, who are my channel members, my clients, my subscribers. And if you're watching this video, this channel for the first time, please consider subscribing and please click that like button if you enjoyed this video. If you would like a reading, you could go to my website. The link is in the description section. Stay tuned for some more videos. I got a sponsored video coming up very soon. Stay tuned for that. Peace.